Hey guys, today is the 88th birthday of The Great Gatsby, and it also just happens to be the day that I finished reading it for the first time. I've been meaning to read it for ages, and I started it quite a while ago, and I really can't believe that it did just take me so long to get through, especially because, like, Fitzgerald is from St. Paul, so there's a connection there, and, like, the Fitzgerald Theatre I really love, and all that stuff. I really like The Great Gatsby, but it's the kind of book where, like, now having finished it, I feel like I should read it again, just to make sure I got everything. I probably won't read it again, at least not right away. It took me long enough to get through the first time when I still have a big stack of books that I need to be reading and busy with other stuff. But I'm very excited for the movie. I've been seeing some trailers even before I was all the way finished with the book, and I think it's going to be a really good film. So anyway, I didn't really know what I was going to talk to you about today for VEDA, so I think I'm going to tell you a story. It is a story from my life that I tell you for the sole reason because I like it, and I'm kind of proud of it. It is the closest thing I have to a war story, and it involves a game of Nerf Assassin. I don't know if any of you guys have played Nerf Assassin or what it's like other places, but at my high school, Assassin was a game that happened every spring, unofficially of course. There'd be teams of 5 who were organized in a bracket and basically faced off and tried to shoot each other with Nerf guns any time that you weren't at school. And if you were shot with a Nerf bullet, then you were dead. You were out for the round, and whichever team had the most people left alive at the end of the week won and moved on to the next round, and I think at the end there was prizes and glory and all that stuff. I have an older brother, so I have memories from junior high of people staking out our backyard in the morning when I was getting ready for school. It's a pretty intense game. I played it twice, once in sophomore year and once in senior year, and we're just not gonna talk about what happened in sophomore year. But in my senior year of high school, my team was called the Puppy-Sized Elephants because I am that person, and in the first round we were faced off against another team, and tragically one of our own was killed partway through the week. We had a couple of other little skirmishes with our opposing team, never really getting anywhere, and then on what I'm pretty sure was the last full day of battle, my friend and teammate got a text from someone claiming to be me. I should take a moment to note that, since this was high school, we knew the people on the other team, they were friends and stuff. But anyway, my friend got several texts claiming that, it was me and that I had gotten a new phone that had just gotten activated and had a new number. All sorts of stuff that was perfectly reasonable until a text came when I was eating lunch right across from my friend. So then we quickly realized that the texts were coming from the girl who was the leader of our enemy team, but she had no way of knowing that we were under her, so I took pause. I took a while, I think it was probably a class and a half, to devise a way that I could use this information to our benefit. So what I did was I told my friend to send a text to fake me, saying, "Do you think you'll still be getting home from shopping around 4:30? After that we should be able to work on the plan." Or something like that. So then I went home for the day, distinctly not planning on going shopping that afternoon, but I really didn't think anything was going to come of it. But then sure enough, I was up in my room at 4:30 or whatever time it was I'd said, and I heard a noise coming outside that sounded kind of like my gate. So I took a peek outside my window, and there was one of the members of the opposing team crouching underneath a tree in my neighbor's yard. So then I kind of had a little bit of a freak out, okay, what do? I have successfully lured them to my house, but now what? I was inside my house, I was on my home turf, I had the advantage, but I had to make sure that I wasn't going to waste this very valuable opportunity. So after a couple minutes, I very carefully opened up my bedroom window and then tried to take a shot down at the girl under the tree. And I missed, and I realized that I was there and inside the house and not coming home from shopping. So then I ran downstairs, and there were 2 of them outside, kind of making to leave because I was home. And so I had this kind of moment in my front doorway, deciding whether to, go in or stay out, or what I was gonna do in this situation. But then I figured since it was the last day and we were 1 down, just screw it, and I just stepped outside, and then it was a firefight, or I should say a styrofoam fight, in my front yard. And I killed both of them, and I should emphasize that by killing I mean shooting with a Nerf gun and not anything else. But I got both of them, and I didn't get hit, and I was using a Night Finder, which is a Nerf gun that is a single shot and very slow, but still my weapon of choice. But anyway, then we were a person ahead. So then I made sure that everyone on my team was being careful, and I went over and slept over at my dad's house for the night, which nobody knew about. So my whole team made it to school safely that day, and I later learned that one of the members of the other team spent a really long time outside of my mom's house that morning, not realizing that I wasn't there. And so we were victorious in that round, and it was a beautiful feeling. And then the next round was the next week, and that was a week when I was away on vacation in South Carolina, and without my leadership, the team just kind of fell apart. No, they were just taking it kind of chill and not really doing anything. So in the second round, we ended up losing to some freshmen. So that's my story. I hope you like it. I like it anyway. If any of you have suggestions for future VEDA topics, feel free to leave them in comments, please. And with that, goodbye.